Okay, she's age 13, and her father was admitted to a secure mental health unit about 3 years ago. I'm not convinced she's been told the truth about why he's there, but she's now known to the youth offending team because she's committed an offence linked to something that was said to her about her father being in the mental health unit. It was just a flippant comment at school about your dad's a nutter, and she just took it to heart, and she ended up hitting a girl in the face and unfortunately broke her nose, so it was taken further forward. So she's struggling emotionally to deal with the pressures of not only her father not being around, because of her Asian background culturally they deal with it differently, but she's struggling at school, and I do fear she will re-offend again just through her anxieties and her anger inside of not knowing what's going on. And I just really feel that if there was something more we could do with her, like what I've learnt today about perhaps looking at a life story for her, or the positive memories, or even if I could go over and perhaps take some photos of Dad's bedroom, where he eats, just to give her an idea, because at the minute she's no idea. As far as she's concerned, Dad could just be sat there in a straitjacket. They kind of just don't talk about it, and her dad may as well be a prisoner in a HM prison for how she's feeling and she's no idea if Dad's coming out.
So this young lady is just one of many. You work for the youth offenders unit in Calderdale. She's one example, really, is she? Yeah. Are there many more?
There are. They're mainly in prison. There's not so many that end up in the mental health units. But it just shows what impact it can have on the way that, it is just schoolyard bullying and silliness, but it just shows what impact it can have. If she was dealing with it emotionally better, that may not have happened to her. So we need to try and work with the family and work with her on coping strategies.
And if you could do something about not just this young lady's situation, but the situation of many others, what would you like to see happen? Does it need to go higher than your level? Does it need to be sort of a government initiative where they take more responsibility and the schools are made aware of the difficulties that young people like this are facing? Does something like that need to happen?
I think they should, because there's a stigma about it, and it's not the young person's fault why the parents are in prison, and then end up being victims themselves of the circumstances. And some of the quotes that have been up there from school saying we don't want this, we want to keep the grades, we don't want this at our school. It's the parents' decisions to do whatever they've done to get them into the prison situation, and the children are becoming victims themselves.